Okay. So you just said a really cool thing that I'm asking you to repeat on what people don't seem to understand about the nature of their God and the denial aspect.
Yes. A lot of Christians, anybody really in religion, but mostly Christians, Catholics, they get stuck in that doctrine because of little paragraphs like, if you deny me before man, I will deny you before my Father. With the image of their Father being some celestial God that has them in this bubble that they can sin and just ask for forgiveness or, whatever. And verses like that are very haphazard. They're damaging to like
And
once
so,
good.
well, if I can, because this is where it becomes really, really important, right? Is if you deny me in front of man, right? If you deny the work, right?
Right.
It's the same conversation that we have with our clients, right? If we do good work as occultists, if you deny the work that spirit provides as
Right.
occultists, then you are in direct violation of that tenet in your book.
Right.
And they don't understand that.
Right.
And they don't understand that it's the same thing of if someone does good work for you, right? If someone does work for you and you fuck it off, or if you screw up because you didn't understand it right, it's your responsibility to go back to the individual and figure out a way to understand that shit so that you know how to apply it correctly.
Right. Well, see, this is the thing. They take it literally when it's supposed to be taken metaphorically. Like we did, like you just did.
Right. We understand it metaphorically because of the allegory of the situation and the
Right.
environment.
And most of these people, because they're thinking of it literally, they get this fear, and it's like, oh my God, my safety, my salvation, and all of this is going to be. Nobody can die. That's another conversation I looked into really heavily when I delved deep into religion. And I got news for you all. Nobody can die except you for your own sins. Like, nobody can die for your sins. So this little Jesus thing that, oh, he died for my, it's just a little thing on your heartstring there, buddy. Because if you go back to the Torah and the Jewish custom, nobody, he tells you that God you serve tells you that nobody but you can die for your own sins. Like nobody.
Right. I
Like,
mean,
you start finding things like this out in the Bible when you start to read it and research it, and like I said, certain verses like that get these uneducated people stuck.
oh yeah. I mean, Moore did a great 4-hour presentation on the sons of Noah, the Shem, Han, Japheth, and the lineage that everybody is technically descended from these people to some degree. Like it's
How do you know though? Because after so long, it's not written, and you can't find any information on it, which means it's a dead end. I've already went down the lineage of the Hebrews, starting from Adam and
you'd
Lilith.
have to look at the tribes that go back that way, right? Like I know
Right
people that are like Ashkenazi, I know people that are
now, you just said it. Think about that. You just said it because the only people that have that knowledge are, hence, the Jewish people.
right,
Jewish people don't tell you shit.
right.
So how are you going to know you're not? I was in that blind faith, that trap. You see what I'm saying? And without physical evidence, without proof, you going to take that? I'm sorry, I'm not me.
Right.
No.
And they talk about the resurrection of the body, right? Like it gets you out of pain, it gets you out of problems, it gets you to think higher, right?
Exactly.
Like the man who helped me was a priest, right? I got initiated into a type of higher thought through a relationship with him.
Right.
My connection to the church and the heavens and all that came from him directly in lineage tradition. It's
Right.
just the way that the lineage was transmitted,
What's
it's
wrong?
private and it will remain private.
Right.
But what they're talking about in those books is quite literal in many cases. Is quite literal. But at the same time, it's also allegorical. Right? Because if you're vibrating your body at a certain wavelength and frequency where these things have the psychic ability to know if you've been good or bad, like an evil Santa Claus, right?
Right, you're right.
It's aware of the work he did for you by stimulating the light and the conditions of the unknown so that you can have the life that you want in some multidimensional facet. And if you deny that there's any magic at play in your world, in your life, in your expression of it, you are literally denying the psychic thing that's blessing you for your blessings.
And that what you were talking about was what we hermetics call vibration. It's the vibration, the aura that we leave off. And other entities, because they are that vibration, they can feel it, they can sense it, they know.
Right.
Like a magnet, you know what I mean? So yeah, you're correct.
And so leading with faith means leading with fact, right? It's what are the facts of these conditions? Right. And if you don't have the facts of those conditions, guess what? Those conditions don't apply. You don't need to go hunting for it. If you don't find it, you don't find it.
That's it.
In the Gates of Light, it says, the gift is yours to give. It is yours to do with what you want and how you will. That is their open commandment to everybody.
Right.
That's Hebrew doctrine.
Yeah.
So the folks that are so myopic and so preoccupied with one single book that don't look at the whole thing, or the culture that it came from, or the people that are alive because of the culture that it came from, or the info, like there is a whole path that's yet to be open to people that leads right into the heart of traditions. If they're confident enough that they want to learn that thing, right? If they know that that's their path, they will find their way to it. All we can do is help facilitate in the interim as guides.
Right. Exactly.